It's January 4th, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a shocking spectacle caught on film, a philosopher undone by irony, and a towering symbol of human ambition piercing the sky. Let's begin. On January 4th, 1903, beneath the winter gray sky of Coney Island, a crowd gathered at Luna Park to witness something history never would quite forget. Her name was Topsy, an elephant who had spent her life in captivity, performing tricks for applause and enduring years of mistreatment. Labeled dangerous after lashing out at her abusers, her fate was sealed not with mercy, but with spectacle. What followed was carefully planned and chillingly modern. Topsy was fed poison carrots, copper-lined sandals were strapped to her feet, and wires connected, and then the cameras rolled. 6,600 volts of electricity surged through her body, and within seconds, the massive animal collapsed. A steam-powered winch stood ready just in case the electricity failed, but it didn't. Around 1,500 invitees witnessed and watched in silence as the Edison Manufacturing Company captured the moment on film. A 47-second recording of the death is forever preserved. Despite popular myths, this was not a grand invitation war demonstration. It was something darker, a glimpse into the age where technology, cruelty, and entertainment collided. The most disturbing part wasn't the electricity, it was the applause that followed. On January 4th, 1960, one of the sharpest minds of the 20th century met an end so sudden it unsettled historians. Albert Camus, Nobel Prize-winning author, journalist, and philosopher, was riding through the quiet roads of Burgundy in his sleek sports car. The stretch of road ahead was straight, weather calm, and no warnings. At 1:55 in the afternoon, the car suddenly veered off the road and slammed into a tree. Camus was killed instantly. The driver, his publisher, Michel Girard, would die days later. Girard's wife and daughter survived, shaken but alive. In his pockets, investigators found something haunting, an unused train ticket. He had planned to take the train home, at the last moment, chosen the car instead. What makes this ironic is that Camus had once written that dying in a car accident was the most absurd way to die. The official cause was a blown tire, but decades later, whispers of Cold War sabotage surfaced, with nothing conclusive. A man who wrote endlessly about absurdity and fate and the randomness of death died in what he called the most absurd way. On January 4th, 2010, the world looked upward as a steel and glass giant officially opened its doors in the desert. The Burj Khalifa pierced the sky at over 828 meters tall, taller than anything humanity had ever built. With 163 floors, it stood as a symbol of ambition, wealth, and the future. An impossible structure made real. But far below the observing decks and fireworks, another story lingered in the shadows. During construction, officials acknowledged one recorded death, just one. Yet human rights organizations tell more unsettling versions, suggesting as many as 10 workers may have lost their lives, though no definitive number was ever confirmed. The men who built the tower were mostly migrant workers, working 12-hour days, 6 days a week, in extreme heat. Many lived in overcrowded housing, earning wages so low they could never leave. Injuries were common, and silence was expected. There's no plaques for them, no names etched in a wall, and as the tower rose higher and higher, it cast a long shadow, one that still is followed today. From the top, the city looks infinite. From the ground, the cost becomes clearer. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.